Yes. Thank you. Yes. What are your thoughts on the fan reaction to the series so far?
I think it totally makes sense. I think, everybody's going to have their own opinion, and it's a pretty big standard to live up to. I mean, just from what everybody knows already, and we're trying to do something new and exciting, and obviously, yes, it's very like, I mean, Melissa, that just her role, like, as Melissa, and then stepping in as Supergirl, I think is just, I mean, it's so important, and it's so exciting to watch her. She owns it. It's amazing. I'm gushing on her so much, but I think she just deserves it. She really deserves it. Like, she worked so hard, and she's so gracious and so sweet. And everybody, I mean, it's kind of funny because sometimes when you're working, you don't necessarily work with everybody. So it's like Jeremy, I just met, like, really had a first conversation with him last night, and Makad, I met him really, like, in New York for the upfronts. It's kind of funny, but, like, everybody's gelling really well together, and that's always, like, a relief.
Now, this show especially is going to be pretty female-driven for what we've seen from the pilot and the trailer and things like that. And how do you feel about that and, like, kind of the influence it's going to have on young girls and kind of the resurgence of female-driven TV shows that are coming out?
I have 2 daughters. I have an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old. And that was a very big reason why I wanted to do this. Because I think there are so many things so many girls that younger girls are looking up to, that it's not necessarily the best or healthiest influence. And so I'm very careful with my kids, in general, about what they watch and what they do. And this is something that, my kids could watch, I mean, I don't know, my 6-year-old would really get a whole lot of it, but I also have an 11-year-old son, and so he's just over the moon. He's so excited. Boom! But I think, so for me, it hits home, really, really close to home, because my girls, I'm excited for them to see somebody that is setting a really great example and just saying it's okay to be you. It's not just her as Supergirl, but it's her as Kara, and saying, like, you know what, I'm quirky. I have my own things that I'm really good at and things that I'm really not good at, and I can make fun of myself, and that's okay. And, like, it's okay to make mistakes, and you watch Kara kind of coming into her own, and I think kids are going to get to do that along with her. That's a really cool position to be in.
Now that you're playing Kara's sister, Alex, adopted sister, and as having 2 daughters who are obviously sisters, right? The sister relationship, I think we don't see a lot of those strong relationships on TV, of those kind of interesting dynamics. How is that relationship going to develop further between Kara and Alex?
Well, the big thing for Alex is that she's very protective, of Kara, especially at this point, because as she's starting to embrace things, and really stepping out kind of into who she really is, it scares the life out of Alex because she doesn't want anything to happen to, Kara. And when Kara first came in, I mean, Alex was like, she was the baby. She was the only one in the house, and then here comes somebody who's just got these extraordinary gifts and powers and talents and all this stuff, and Alex has always had to work very hard for what she has. And so there was almost a jealousy, like, competitive sort of nature to it in the beginning, and I'm sure they'll probably, touch on that. They're sisters, and it just kind of is what it is, like, Alex gives her crap, quite a bit in the pilot, and rightfully so, because she loves her and she wants to protect her, and there's a lot underneath it too that we come to find out about Alex, which is really cool, and there's a lot of room for, I mean, so much.
Did you want the comics to
Yeah.
get caught up?
Yeah, I think we're wrapping up. Yes, thank you.
Oh, yes, sorry. No, thank you.